Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, I see that you have made your way back to the channel to keep it filmed with me. Hey, I appreciate you guys commenting, liking, sharing the videos, and also telling your friends and family about this channel as well. That's going to keep this channel going. So I need you to help me to keep going. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you check out of this video today. And remember to always keep it filmed with me, okay? So as promised, I told you guys that I was going to start talking about how to take this and turn it into this. Okay? Take this and turn it into this. I have received so many messages from people asking me, how do you write a screenplay? How do you make that movie? What does the producer do? What does the writer do? How do you play these many different roles in independent filmmaking? So today we will start talking about that. And today we're going to start with the process of screenwriting. Okay? Um, so for instance, say you guys have already started to screenwrite. You sit down, you got your computer, you got your iPad, your phone, or whatever you're using to write. You got your drink, you got your music playing in the background, you got candles lit, whatever you need to get you motivated to write. You have created that atmosphere. Now you're ready to write. Wrong. Stop what you're doing. Okay, there's so many different steps that you need to take before you even write your first words on that paper. There's so many different questions that you need to ask yourself. First off, what writing program are you using? Are you just writing on a Word document? Are you just writing on just like a random writing app? If you are, I do not recommend that. Some screenwriters do it that way, but I recommend that you actually use a screenwriting program that's going to help you learn the different techniques and formatting for screenplays. There's so many different programs out there. There's Writer Duet, there's Celtx, there's Final Draft. There's a number of different programs out there for Mac computers and for Windows computers. Okay, I have used Final Draft and I have used Celtx. Okay, now if you get into a conversation with screenwriters, the ongoing debate is Final Draft is the industry standard. That is what you use when you are writing screenplays. But personally, I use Celtx. Okay, Celtx is a free program that you can use, and I recommend that, especially if you are just a beginner writer, just stepping your foot into the industry, just trying to figure out how to write screenplays and play around with some things. I recommend that you download Celtx. It's a program that you can also place on your phone. It's an app that you can get, so you can open it up whenever an idea strikes you and just get to writing. So I recommend Celtx, but Final Draft is also a great program. So I'll put those links below in this video so you can check those out and decide on which ones you want to use. Okay, so you got your program. Now what's next? Are you writing a short or are you writing a feature? You need to know these terms and know what these things mean before you even dive into screenwriting. Because writing a short is completely different from writing a feature. A short can be a 1 minute film, a 1 to 3 minute film, a 5 minute film, 10-minute film, 30-minute film. A feature typically is 60 minutes or above. They usually fall in the category of being at least over an hour long. Okay. A lot of screenwriters will tell you for a feature, you need to write at least 90 to 120 pages. That is standard. Okay. But if you are producing this project yourself, I think that you can get away with writing between 70 and 80 pages. Again, personally, that is just what I believe, but other writers might tell you different. Other writers might tell you, no, you need to stick to that 90 and 120 pages. To me, it all depends on the flow of the project, the genre, and what the story is about. You don't want to take a story that could easily end within 70 pages and try to stretch it out to be 90 pages just because you feel like it needs to be 90 pages and have a boring story. Okay, because that's going to reflect on film too. If you think it's boring on paper, it's going to be boring on film. All right. So I honestly think if it's something that you're producing yourself, do what you feel is best. Okay. Honestly, you and your production team are the only people that are going to be looking at that screenplay. The actors will be looking at it too, and as long as the actors understand the direction within the screenplay, and if you have it formatted correctly, then it's all up to your discretion. Okay, it's all what you feel is right to do for that particular screenplay. All right, so you got your writing program. You decided to, if you're going to write a feature or a short, now you have to decide on what the conflict's going to be. What is your story going to be about? Is it going to be about an old man that's getting ready to die, that's on his deathbed, that's estranged from his family? Is it going to be about a kingpin who is trying to change his life around? Is it going to be about kids that are estranged from their mother? Or is it going to be about a talking dog? What is your story going to be about? So these are all things that I personally believe that you should outline and actually go old school, get the pencil and paper out, and write down before you even dive into getting on your device to write the screenplay. Okay? I do this and it saves me so much time. Okay? I write out my main characters, I write out where these characters are from, I write out what conflicts they're facing, I write out who's close to these characters, I write out the locations, I write out all these different things that are going to help me before I even start writing the screenplay. Okay, because you can get to writing your screenplay and then you can freeze and not know where to go. And this is where that outline becomes helpful, because you know all about your characters, you know about their settings, you know about where they come from, you know about the conflict, you know whether or not you're writing a short or a feature. All these things are highly important to know before you start writing your screenplay. Okay? But then again, maybe you are the person that can just sit down, grab your device, and just bang out a screenplay right away and develop that stuff as you go. But for a beginner writer, I don't recommend that. I recommend you actually work on the development of the screenplay before you actually write the screenplay. Okay? Another important thing that you have to remember before sitting down to write a screenplay: budget. Where's this money going to come from? Okay, how much money do you have to play with? Is this a screenplay that you're just going to write and put on a shelf? Is this something that you're going to enter into contests? Or is this something that you're actually going to try to produce? Is this something you're going to produce yourself? Is this something that you're trying to shop to a major studio? What is the outcome of the screenplay? You have to know that, okay? Because you don't want to sit down and write a screenplay with a bunch of explosions and car chases and showdowns, and you don't want to write this elaborate western or gangbanging movie or elaborate love story with all these big locations if you only have a budget of $500, because that's not going to be helpful to you. Okay, I say that because I don't want you to discourage yourself. I started out by doing that. I started writing a bunch of car chases and elaborate things in my screenplays in the beginning too, and it kind of got me down and out once I really realized, once the screenplay was finished, there was really nothing I could do with it because it was way outside of the means that I had, way outside of any type of budget that I could ever obtain. So be realistic with yourself, okay? Sit down and decide a realistic budget that you might have for this project and figure out where you can actually get that budget from before you start writing. Another thing, think about locations that you already have available to you. Think about props you already have available to you. Think about people you already have available to you before you start writing this screenplay, because that's going to help you a ton. Okay? It's going to be so helpful in the end. Before you even start writing the screenplay, to know those things so that you could hopefully have a successful project that you can produce once you're done writing the screenplay. Okay, so we talked about writing program, what writing program you're going to choose. We talked about a budget. We talked about the importance of outlining. Who are your characters? Where are they from? What's the conflict? What is this thing about? Is it a short? Is it a feature? What are you going to do with the screenplay after it's done? These are things that you should definitely know before diving into writing this screenplay. Okay, these are just some things that I use, some tips that I use before I dive into a project. There's a number of different ways that you can go about writing a screenplay, but this is just some things that I do. And I also come up with the title before I write my screenplay as well. That kind of helps motivate me and helps me see a picture of the story before I actually write the story. I know to some people that may not make sense, but it's worked for me on numerous different occasions, okay? And there's tons of books out there about screenwriting, about filmmaking that you can actually dive into. I also recommend going online and actually looking at screenplays that have been written by other filmmakers in the past. They have those available as well, just so you can see the structure, the formatting, and the way that a screenplay is written. There's different tutorials online that you can dive into, different other filmmakers that also have videos online that show you how to structure a screenplay. These are things that you're gonna wanna know before diving into writing a screenplay, okay? Don't just jump on Word, don't just jump on a writing app and just get to writing, because you're not gonna like the outcome of that. I've had people present me different projects and they say, hey, here's my screenplay. And it's just a elongated paragraph, okay? There's no breakdown of scene headings, there's no action lines, there's no dialogue lines, there's nothing. It's just a big paragraph. And they come to me and they say, okay, make this movie. And I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. There's nothing I can do with this, because I'm not going to take that, dissect it, and break it down into screenplay format, okay? This is why it's important for you to know the different programs that are out there for you as a screenwriter, okay? And these different programs that you can utilize, even free ones like Celtx. To this day, I use Celtx, okay? And not to brag, Celtx in my mind is fine. Using Celtx got me here. This film actually landed a distribution deal. My second film, I use Celtx, and that's getting ready to land a distribution deal. Okay, but like I said, other people in the industry will tell you that Celtx is not standard. You need to use Final Draft. Hey, at the end of the day, as long as it's a screenwriting program, I say that it's a win. Okay. So I'm not here to promote Celtx. I'm not here to promote Writer Duet or Final Draft or any other program. I'm just here to tell you about the different programs that are out there for you to use. Okay? Hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the subscribe button especially, and share it with other people. Let them know that there are different steps that you definitely should take before diving into writing a screenplay, okay? I wish you guys all the luck. Remember, there are going to be a ton of different things that I'm going to be talking about that will lead you up to being able to produce a film. Today we just started with screenwriting. Next time we're going to talk about something else. So if you like this, let me know. Comment, share, subscribe. All right, until next time. Peace. Thanks for keeping it film with me.